Happy Wednesday, folks. It's Hunter from Support Local Film. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Comment all the fun things that you're doing. We always love to hear it, especially if you're making movies. So we didn't record a news section the day of filming, but that's okay because we have something awesome that's going on. It's one day before September. So you know what that means? It's almost time for HIFCO. You know what HIFCO is, guys. The Horsetooth Film Festival. It's the premier event of Northern Colorado filmmaking. You know you got to be there September 9th, 10th, and 11th. So hang out with us there. We're going to be there. Of course we're going to be there. It's one of the biggest events of the year. Make sure to buy your tickets. They are going fast. And when you see the program, highlight in the comments which one you are most excited about. There's so many cool things that are happening. HIFCO always brings the best stuff. So don't forget to like and subscribe to us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to HIFCO, and enjoy the show. So today we have someone very, very special. Her name is Amber Wyatt. I met her at a networking event at Fort Collins with HIFCO, and she runs a company called Millennial Matrix Media. Not only is she young, she's what I've described her as a smart cookie. Other people would too. Amber, welcome to the show.
Hi, happy to be here.
Hey, we're so glad to have you here. So, I know all the cool things you do, but not everybody does. So don't be afraid to tell us what is you do.
So I have a video marketing company called Millennial Matrix Media, where I primarily do video marketing and like social media management for franchise companies, corporate franchise companies. So like I just got back from North Carolina filming a marketing spot for Wings to Go. I did like the first 6 modules of their learning management system training videos. So a lot of the marketing and like basically onboarding that corporate franchises need is like training modules. So like I do like the learning management system videos too. And I do like the quizzes and the tests and things like that. So that's primarily what my company does. And then also I'm just like out here.
I don't think you're just out here. I really think you're someone who's doing a lot of special things. You work not only with like local places, like I've seen you do videos for a pumpkin patch, but those training videos, those are essential for people to, when they're starting a job, they have to watch those. So what's the process of making those?
So the pre-production process is like scripting. So a lot of times we'll have like the CEO or any representative chosen from the company, like at Wings to Go, we did like a lot of the servers and hostess on like the processes that they do. Also, we were in San Diego last month for Game Day Men's Health. And there we did a lot of work with the receptionist, like the medical receptionist walked us through. It's 47 videos. It's 8 modules of things that the receptionist alone needs to know. Like they're just processes. And then like if the person's very well spoken, I'm going up to a parallel here, so just stay with me. Tristan at Game Day Men's Health like was very like well spoken and stuff, but then like the CEO in North Carolina, like he didn't really want to be like public facing. So the thing is like we got him to walk us through the processes, and then we hired an actor, a voiceover talent, Bill Levasseur, who like has done a lot of work with the History Channel and HGTV and stuff like that. He actually does the voiceover for the processes that like the CEO broke down. So like, it depends on like what the budget is, and also like what kind of like skills that CEO or like that team is bringing to the table, because like sometimes they don't want to be on camera, or they're just like not very well spoken and they know that. So they're like, hey, hire somebody. So I have to script that a lot of times. Like I have to kind of refine what like the processes have been told to me. I have to like do a lot of research about a lot of different companies.
Really interesting. So I actually did do like something like this where you're doing like a training video with Natural Grocers.
Yes.
And how they did it is they sent me a script. I was the host, and we showed up and got it filmed all in one day. And they had me just go in a random room and like do some of the voiceovers. Do you ever go on site, or is it mainly done in like a studio?
I'm on site, like I'm in the restaurant learning, like with that, like also like in the medical facility learning. Like I have so many examples. I did like an eco-friendly junk hauling company. I did a children's after school program. Like I go, like I have to know these things that those people know, or I can't like convey the information properly through video.
Right. That seems the most efficient way to do
I do
it. So.
anything I have to do. Like,
Right. Yeah, that's cool. That's
So
cool.
to me, you kind of sound like, and this is like hyper dramatizing it, but to me, it's almost like the movie Go Behind Enemy Lines. Like you have to pass as kind of an employee, and you have to learn everything, and you have to become a model employee, and then work your way to talking to the CEO, and then translating it all into what being a perfect employee would be for these videos. To me, that's amazing, because I would trip and stumble just trying to learn all these things, and you just catch and go. Like you're working 9 to 5 here.
I love learning new things. Like that's the part of it. Like that's why I have like this as my job. Like I just love learning new things. I've had like other jobs where I worked for other people, and there's like a point you get to where there's nothing else to learn. And I just like I didn't want that for my life. Like I like this because like I'm constantly thrown into different industries where like I might be creating social media content, or I might be like writing a blog with those SEO keywords, or like doing a training video where I literally need to know every process that that position entails. Like there's so much. And then like when I do interviews and stuff with people, also I'm doing like research about them prior to, like you guys do, like prior to meeting. You understand that? So it's like it's just I like research.
So, where did you learn how, like, where did you get started with this?
I think I got started just like it's a big part of who I am. Like there's like ethnographic studies that people do, and I feel like I've been doing like ethnographic studies my entire life, kind of just like trying to find out like who I am and like where I come from.
Okay.
And like I was adopted, so like I was in the foster care like system and like going to different places all the time. So like to like gain that stability and like security that you need in new spaces, like you have to ask a lot of questions. You have to kind of like feel like you know the people. So I've been doing that my whole life, like ever since I was 3 years old.
Oh, really?
And then I was born in the city, and then I was like adopted into the country. So like I don't know, like I feel like that is a huge like attribute too somehow. But like
Yeah.
I just didn't really feel comfortable where I was adopted at first, but then like I like got myself to the point where I was by like asking questions and like learning more and just learning more. Like I've had to be adaptable in my life. I
Right.
guess.
Well, that makes sense because, like, in a city, you have to try a little bit harder to get the attention of people, and then you have to really network and work your connections. But in a small town, everyone knows everyone. And so it's like if you're coming from a city, because I did the opposite. I came from a small town. My mom worked on the Chamber of Commerce. She knew everyone, literally everyone. You come to a city, and there's so many different communities and groups of people that you kind of have to, you know, really work the tree of people, you know? And so, yeah, I like that point that you had about like going from city to small town.
But take it even like to the next level, like you could even see it on a deeper perspective, because like I was 2.
Right.
So it's like
Yeah.
it's actually like an inherent thing that like we all have, like to make yourself comfortable and secure. Like I have to do that for myself. Like I learned at a young age. We all have to do that for ourselves. But it's like I found good ways to do that that like benefit me today.
That's so cool. I love that.
Well, we can see it in a lot of the videos you do. From the corporate side, I can see that your adaptability is really your strong asset. But you're personable and you can really get deep into something. So that's why I really enjoyed your work with Ashlyn Heidemann, who we've had on the show.
Yeah,
She's part of the Jam and Dead team. We love Jam and Dead around here. And you were the director of photography for her movie. So tell us all about that.
So, yeah, an invisible disease, Hashimoto's thyroiditis. I wanted to do, well, let me start at the beginning. Ashlyn has been acting with my company and my business partner since she was 16.
Oh, wow.
So, like, there's just like a huge like community that I'm involved in DTC, and like Ashlyn is a huge component of that because like there's acting coaches that have worked with her that like work with some of my other clients. There's producers that have worked with her. There's photographers that have worked with her, and like I ended up working with her that way as well. So for a lot of the training videos, she's like our Gen Y like representative. Is that right?
Gen Z?
Gen Z
Yeah.
representative. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like like for example, like she did a module on like bed bugs for a rent-owned furniture company, and she made it hilarious. Like it was awesome.
Yeah.
Her work is awesome. So I wanted to do this video about her disease because like it's something that a lot of people don't know about. Like she's like one of the most resilient people I've ever met, and like she really hides this like I don't know. Like, I just wanted to give her the place to talk about it because, like, I know it's something that she wants to talk about and probably needs to talk about, but she's such, like, a commendable, like, hardworking person. Like, it's just a big secret that she lives with. So, like, I wanted to give her the platform and, like, the space to, like, talk about it. I had her family that I interviewed as well, and I got to kind of hear, like, how they deal with it. And, like, I know you guys have seen it. Like, you can really, like, I don't know, you can really like relate with everyone in the family that's interviewed. Like you can really relate to like her mom's frustrations with doctors like not even giving them time to speak. Like it took Ashlyn 4 years to get into an endocrinologist. Just because like she's not making a big deal about she's not making it about her, and it is about her. It's about her and her health and like her well-being, and she constantly like continues to put others first. That's really what the whole documentary is about.
That's awesome. Ashlyn's really great. You can definitely see that in her personality, this internal like strength about her. I think that can encourage people to make really great performances, you know, because like I've noticed, I know a couple people who have like lupus. I know a lot of people who have lupus, and the wife of the pastor at my church has it, and she's very passionate about events, very passionate about decor, and she will do the best she possibly can regardless of the fact that she's struggling. And you know, there's something so humbling about that, you know, where if you're struggling, they just want to find something to hold on to and love, and to not think about what they're going through, because that distraction is, you know, kind of helpful and useful, and it's just amazing to see. So I'm glad you put that up.
Yeah, and I think the documentary gave her a good like a good outlet to inform others about it, and that's like really important to her too. So like
Right.
she got to kind of like have some therapy that like she didn't really know about, but then also like help people that way too. So like she's still
Right.
helping people. I think that's the only reason she agreed to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and that's the cool thing about stuff like, I love stuff like that. You know, I love talking. I was talking to Mike, who made he's one of our first interviews. He made The Lost Ones, which is about a mom who lost her child. Having that platform allows people to think about it and relate and open up about what they've been through, because it doesn't normalize it, but it does, in the sense that you're not alone. You know, I'm also going through this, and look at what we can do with it, you know, which is so cool. I love that.
And I think storytelling is wonderful because it gives you the chance to recontextualize things. Like with The Lost Ones, with this documentary, you don't see things in the painful light of a doctor's office. You see people living their daily lives. And I think that's the power of a camera, even if it's a fictionalized sense, like in The Lost Ones, or in Ashlyn's case, we're seeing just a glimpse more. But that's why I think here today we can really talk about the strength of people. So that's why we came up with a game we think will really work for you, Amber.
Game time.
So this game, you know, with all the things you do, I feel like I'm a busy person, and then I see what you're doing, and I'm like, yikes, how could I get to that level? I don't think I could ever have that energy. So that's why we came up with today's game, working 9 to 5.
It's Dolly.
It's Dolly. It's Dolly related. You're absolutely right. I hope you like Lily Tomlin. I hope you like Jane Fonda, because we're talking about Dolly Parton's movie, Working 9 to 5 in the 1980s. Perfect. You know, you're such a strong woman. You're such a powerful personality. We had to talk about this.
Great. I'm excited.
Yeah. Okay. So these are 3 questions that are going to be all related to the movie Working 9 to 5. If you haven't seen it, really fun movie. They do the anti Weekend at Bernie's. They tie up their boss, and the women run the office, and things go all sorts of zany and fun and productive ways. So here's the fun part about the movie. Question 1: how much did Working 9 to 5 gross, and was it more than or less than this range? I'm going to give you ranges, okay? So was it 50 to 60 million, B 70 to 80 million, C 90 to 100 million, or D plus $100 million?
What year is this?
Would have been 1980.
1980.
That is a good point, huh?
I think I'm gonna go with C.
Don't do that.
More than 100 million is D.
Yes.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money for 1980.
What was B?
Maybe D.
It is D. It is the
What?
very first female-dominated film to ever
What?
gross more than $100 million.
That's crazy.
So yes, you're correct.
Wow.
Great job. Okay, so Amber, if you've never been on our program, then you don't know this. This quiz, you have to get 2 out of 3 to succeed, or else we're gonna make you put on a fake mustache and reintroduce you as Ramber Wyatt. And
Gladly. I love to put on a mustache.
I do too. I want mine to fill out. But let's hope that you don't have to do that because we didn't bring the props. All right. Okay. Dolly Parton accepted the role in the movie Working 9 to 5 on one condition. What was that one condition? Was it A, she had to have her triple mocha latte at exactly 8:15 a.m. on the dot? If it comes at 8:16, she pulled out
Dolly's
the
not
Dolly
like that.
machete.
Dolly's not like that.
Yeah.
You know Dolly.
She wouldn't do
Dolly's
that.
not like that.
B, they had to film in Nashville because Dolly needed to be able to go home to tuck her kids in every night. C, if the film grossed more than $100 million, which it did, we learned, they had to donate $1 million to one of her charities, which she has many. Or D, the condition was that she had to write and perform the theme song for the movie Workin' 9 to 5.
D.
Correct. That was the one condition of the movie, and the best news is she won an Oscar for it. So come on, we got
wow.
yeah, she's working hard. She's
She is-
working.
She put the movie on, honestly.
She
If
did.
she hadn't have done that song, it wouldn't have been anything.
Exactly. Without her, that movie's nothing. Jane Fonda can't carry it like Dolly can. I like Jane Fonda. She's nice. All right. One last question. You're doing excellent,
Yes,
Amber.
you
So
are.
if this is almost your throwaway here.
Okay.
But don't. Here's your thing. So the man cast as Dorley's husband was actually married to a close friend of Dolly Parton and had known Dolly for quite some time. So why was that? Was that the only reason that she was able to kiss him on camera? True or false?
Sorry, what? It was her homegirl's man?
Yeah.
False.
It's actually true. There's the close friendship, so she was able to check with the woman who was friends with first. She was able to check with first.
Interesting.
She was like, "I have to kiss your husband. Are you okay with that?" And she was like, "Yes, you can kiss him."
Aw. See, that's what I love about that Southern charm.
Well, we're talking about Dolly Parton, Southern Charm, but we also have Amber Wyatt. She is a Colorado-based excellent person.
Yes,
She
she
goes
is.
all over because she works 9 to 5 and a few more hours after that. So when we get back, we'll talk a little bit more of what Amber does.
Yep.
See you after the break.
Welcome back to the break, everyone. We are here with the one and only. Pauses for dramatic effect. Amber Wyatt and Hunter over here. He's also there. But what's important? What's important is how amazing Amber Wyatt is and everything that she's doing here in Colorado. And you're not actually from here, right? You're from where exactly?
I'm from Virginia.
Virginia.
Yep.
And you came here, and I'm curious, did you do this stuff in Virginia? You did?
In Virginia, I just like helped people film at the skate park and stuff like that. And I was just like a skate park rat. And
Oh, really?
yeah, and then like my friend Stephanie was like an aspiring model, so like I always did her photographs for her and stuff. And then yeah, I've always done this pretty much.
Wow. It just proves that you can start anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Well, you had a rather circuitous route to get here. You went up by way of New York, right?
Yeah. So when I was an undergrad, I did an internship with Parabolic, and that's a post-production sound studio in Manhattan. I was like living with a chick in Park Slope over in Brooklyn, and then I would like commute to Manhattan each day. It was a 2-month internship. And it was just like my first taste of like the production world, like that fast paced, like chaotic, like I love that. And so like I worked at the post production sound studio with Lou Goldstein and Tom Ryan. And those are the guys like at the very end of the credits. But like they work with a lot of people. So we did Foley for Grand Theft Auto 5. We did the voiceover with Ben Stiller for Madagascar, Madly Madagascar. And then we had Piper Perabo. We had Foley for The Inevitable Defeat of Mr. and Pete. I hung out with the director. He was friends with Alec Baldwin, Fidel Vicioso, just like lots of actors I got to work with. And that was like, I wanted like more. Like I knew that I wanted to like be in the industry then.
That's so cool. Geez, to work with Alec Baldwin. I'd love to
Yeah.
do that.
You know, that's one of those things that no matter the context, I really like the idea of just being able to say I worked with Alec Baldwin. There's mystery there. There's mystery there. Ben Stiller, you got your comedy chops, but with Alec Baldwin, it could be anywhere from SNL to I don't know, it's the newest Wes
30
Anderson
Rock.
movie.
Right.
Yeah.
I love 30 Rock.
30 Rock,
Yeah.
30 Rock is good.
As much as I'd love to do a 30 Rock trivia with you all day, which I could do. I was actually just watching it this week. What are you excited about? We want to hear about what's next for you.
Oh, what am I excited about? So for me, I'm just in Denver. I have a lot of connections in Denver. I'm just like doing the Denver thing right now.
I like that. Doing the Denver thing.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll go anywhere else. I don't know right now. Like I'm just like in the moment. Like I'm doing this. I just finished grad school. I have also like I forgot to mention like one of my positions is a research assistant. I'm doing like a Colorado State like drip campaign. I'm like producing all the videos that are like perceptions of first generation grad students.
Oh, interesting.
So maybe that will go somewhere. I'm not
Yeah.
sure, but I just like the business. I like what I'm doing right now, so I'm just like living.
Yeah, so like if you were to compare, we love doing this on the show. When you were working with like Alec Baldwin, my goodness, sorry,
Alan.
Alec, I'm so sorry. With Alec Baldwin and the Ben guy, what's
The Ben guy. I'm gonna meet your parents and I'm gonna tell them you don't know who Ben Stiller is.
you can tell who I prefer. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. I'm sure you're great. But like, what's the difference?
What's the difference in what I do now and what I did then?
Yes.
People are really just like nicer. Like those people like didn't really need me. They act like, but people are not. I mean, for their own reasons. Like I understand why like people who have celebrity and fame like aren't as outright like open. Like I get it. Like I would be closed off too. A lot of people are trying to take advantage of you in that position. But like my CEOs and stuff like love me. Like I actually like made one of my like first like big sales. It's gonna be 15,000 for this back of house course. So what we did in Burlington with Winks to Go was the marketing spot, but then I offered to do like the training modules because like we should because we're there. But then like he was so sold on the front of house operations that he like has invited us back. Like we did dinner the last night and everything, and like he long story short, he's invited us back in September to do the back of house operations. So we'll have to do like food safety and like opening the kitchen and like food prep and stuff like that. And all the front of house stuff is already done. So like I don't know, like that guy's just a southern boy. Like he just likes me and like they're just cool. I have another guy who's like, I don't want to get like too political or anything, but like there's one of my clients in Houston who like will put up UVA flags when I come and take his like his desired presidential candidate flags down because he knows I don't like that. And it's like I've never even asked him to do that. Like that's just funny. Like I don't care what your political affiliation is, dude. Like but he does that out of respect because like I don't know, I feel like they respect me. Like I don't it's kind of grimy when you get with the celebrities and stuff. And honestly,
I could easily see that.
Yeah.
Actually, like.
Well, not to goss, but I really do appreciate a good corporate job because you feel like you're there to work, you get your work done, and if you do a good job, people appreciate you because your end goal and their end goal are essentially the same. There's no alternative motives. There's no fear. There can be that chance for growth and friendship and possible further collaboration just because you are there all to do one job.
Well, and I think they respect like the talent of making a film way more because they have no idea like how to do that. And we like talking about like, you know, there's different languages. Like you talk to a corporation, they have their business lingo, and then we talk about like being on set and that there's a whole other lingo. And so it's like that foreign knowledge, I feel like you're right, is more appreciated when we work with like corporations or even like small town like Grand Design loves you.
And I love them. And I love them.
Yeah. And I can see how you see that. It's a good perspective for sure.
Yeah.
So, Julia, as much as we would like to getting to know Amber from the work side of things, I think you want to go a tiny bit deeper, don't you?
I do. We want to know you in and out, Amber. We want to know all the wonderful, wonderful, juicy details outside of your film life.
Okay.
So, we've played this before. I'm doing repeats now, but it's gonna be fun. Never have I ever, but we're gonna do this childhood style.
Okay, good.
Because I feel like
My college years are calling, and I'm afraid.
I'm like, y'all don't want to play this with me.
Don't worry, I'm gonna level it out, and we're gonna talk about the good old young days.
Okay.
So let's get our 5 fingers up here.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna start first. And you're a Southern girl, so I know what to get you with. Okay. Oh, I got you. Never have I ever played in the mud.
Oh, you got me. I grew up in a horsing community with all mud.
We're all country people. That's awesome. I mean, I had to put a finger down. Like,
okay, all right.
I don't know why I'm going backwards. That's the way I do it.
Fair enough. I like how you have the dexterity to keep the pinky down for that one.
The pinky.
I don't have the muscle mass. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's do it.
Let's go. Okay, that's your turn now.
Never have I ever eaten like avocado toast.
I like avocado toast.
You're missing out.
Okay.
That stuff is good.
Biscuits all day.
All right. Fair enough.
Biscuits and gravy. That's where it's at.
I'm gonna give you the small town version. It's gonna break your heart. Ready? Never have I ever had my favorite restaurant close.
Your favorite restaurant
I
close?
can't do it anymore.
Okay, Julia, your turn.
I'm shocked I never had my favorite restaurant.
Oh, my
close.
favorite place in the world was Charlie's Hot Dogs in Elizabeth for the longest time.
Yeah.
And it closed down because they were moving to New York. And I
Hot
was
dogs,
like,
huh?
It was every Friday. Well, it was like all good stuff hot dogs. So,
Okay.
Anyway, another day.
Okay, never have I ever snuck into the local bar.
This was supposed to be childhood edition.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, actually, okay.
Snuck into the local bar, underage.
You know,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. There's a big story going around.
It was North Carolina, but it counts.
That's why.
We didn't have a bar in my town. We didn't even have anything.
Okay,
Really
well, I
depends on
never
which
did
small
Elizabeth.
town
You
it
only
is.
had we had stuff. We didn't have
We had
that.
the VFW and like the Roriton Club and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bingo night.
Well,
right.
I think that's what everyone talks
All right,
about. too.
Amber, here's your chance to end the game right now. Can you get me out with never have I ever?
Never have I ever. It's just hard to think of something I haven't done before. Never have I ever been a vegan.
Oh, I never did that. No, that's stupid. Okay. All right. Never have I ever had a day that I wish would never end.
What? That's so sad, Hunter.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, okay. I was like, Hunter.
No, I intentionally try to get myself out.
Okay, good.
Oh my, Hunter. Okay, well, thank you so much. You know what? I want to do one more just to get you out. Okay, so
Okay, get me out.
let's see. Virginia.
Never ever eaten an In-N-Out.
No, there's In-N-Outs here.
I
Yeah.
go to LA all the time.
Yeah, well, and she's worked on LA sets. Okay, I got one. Never have I ever played in Peach Trees and Grapevines.
Gotcha.
I knew I'd get you. I knew I'd get you.
Okay.
You know, I'm really good at directions for it. You know why? Because it's the same thing over and over and over again. You can get lost in there. You start remembering details about like mushrooms.
All right. Before we get lost in the sauce here, thank you so much, Amber, for coming on the show. Is there anything that you want to say to the people of Colorado right now?
The people of Colorado need to just mind their own business and stay 10 toes down.
Love it. All right. No matter where you are, 10 toes up or down in Virginia, or if you're right here in Colorado, in Denver, stop.
What you're doing and watch locally produced film.
And remember to stay creative, Colorado.
Stay creative.
All right.
Woo.
We did it. Okay.
Ooh.